In a bold move that could reshape retirement for millions, Labour leader Keir Starmer has unveiled sweeping plans to overhaul the UK's state pension system. His proposals promise to address long-standing issues of inequality and inadequacy, potentially ushering in the most significant changes to British pensions in generations. But what exactly do these reforms entail, and how might they impact seniors and families across the nation? Sir Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party, has been making waves in British politics with his ambitious proposals for reforming the state pension system. These plans, if implemented, could have far-reaching consequences for retirees, workers, and families throughout the United Kingdom. At the heart of Starmer's vision is a commitment to ensuring dignity and financial security for all in their later years, regardless of background or circumstances. The current state pension system in the UK has long been a subject of debate and criticism. Many argue that it fails to provide adequate support for retirees, particularly in the face of rising living costs and increasing life expectancy. The basic state pension, while providing a foundation for retirement income, often falls short of what many consider necessary for a comfortable standard of living. This has led to growing concerns about pensioner poverty and the financial strain placed on families supporting elderly relatives. Starmer's proposed reforms aim to address these issues head-on. One of the key elements of his plan is a significant increase in the basic state pension amount. While specific figures have not been finalized, early indications suggest that the Labour leader is considering a substantial boost that could see pensioners receiving several £1,000s more per year. This increase would be designed to lift more retirees out of poverty and reduce reliance on means-tested benefits. Another crucial aspect of Starmer's pension reform agenda is the introduction of a more progressive system for pension accrual. Under the current system, the amount of state pension an individual receives is largely based on their national insurance contributions throughout their working life. Critics argue that this approach disadvantages those who have had interrupted work histories, particularly women who have taken time out of the workforce to care for children or elderly relatives. Starmer's proposals seek to address this inequity by introducing a system of pension credits for unpaid care work. This would mean that individuals who have spent time caring for family members would not be penalized in terms of their state pension entitlement. Such a move could have a significant positive impact on women's pension outcomes, helping to close the gender pension gap that has persisted for decades. The Labour leader has also highlighted the need for greater flexibility in the state pension system. Recognizing that people's working lives and retirement patterns are becoming increasingly diverse, Starmer has proposed allowing individuals more choice in how and when they access their state pension. This could include options for partial retirement, where people can draw a portion of their pension while continuing to work part-time. One of the most ambitious elements of Starmer's pension reform plan is the proposed introduction of a universal minimum pension guarantee. This would ensure that no pensioner falls below a certain income threshold, regardless of their contribution history. While the exact level of this guarantee is yet to be determined, the principle behind it is clear: to provide a robust safety net that prevents pensioner poverty and ensures a basic standard of living for all retirees. To fund these significant changes, Starmer has indicated that a Labour government would need to make tough choices and potentially increase taxation. He has suggested that higher earners and large corporations may be asked to contribute more to help finance the expanded pension provisions. This approach aligns with Labour's broader economic philosophy of creating a more equitable society through progressive taxation and wealth redistribution. The potential impact of these reforms on British families could be substantial. For many households, concerns about elderly relatives' financial security are a significant source of stress and financial strain. By bolstering the state pension system, Starmer's proposals could alleviate some of this pressure, allowing families to focus more on providing emotional support and companionship to their older members rather than worrying about their basic financial needs. Moreover, the proposed changes could have intergenerational benefits. Young people entering the workforce today often face uncertainty about their long-term financial future, with many doubting whether they will ever be able to retire comfortably. A more robust and generous state pension system could provide greater peace of mind for younger generations, knowing that they will have a solid foundation for their retirement years. However, Starmer's pension reform plans are not without their critics. Some economists and policy experts have raised concerns about the long-term affordability of such generous pension provisions, particularly in light of the UK's ageing population and the increasing ratio of retirees to workers. There are fears that the proposed changes could place an unsustainable burden on future generations of taxpayers. Others argue that while increasing the basic state pension is laudable, it may not be the most efficient way to target support to those most in need. They suggest that resources might be better directed towards means-tested benefits or initiatives that address specific aspects of pensioner poverty, such as fuel poverty or social care costs. The Conservative government has also pushed back against Starmer's proposals, arguing that they are unrealistic and financially irresponsible. They point to the reforms they have already implemented, such as the introduction of the new state pension in 2016, which they claim has improved outcomes for many retirees. Despite these criticisms, there is widespread acknowledgement that the UK's pension system is in need of reform. The question is not whether changes are necessary, but rather what form those changes should take and how they can be implemented in a sustainable and equitable manner. One of the challenges facing Starmer and the Labour Party is how to balance the immediate needs of current pensioners with the long-term sustainability of the pension system. Any reforms must be carefully designed to avoid creating intergenerational unfairness or placing an excessive burden on working-age individuals. To address these concerns, Starmer has emphasized the importance of a gradual implementation of his proposed changes. This would allow for a phased approach that could be adjusted based on economic conditions and demographic trends. He has also stressed the need for cross-party cooperation on pension reform, recognizing that such significant changes to a fundamental aspect of the social security system require broad political consensus to be successful and enduring. Another key aspect of Starmer's pension reform agenda is improving financial education and planning for retirement. Recognizing that the state pension alone is unlikely to provide a luxurious retirement for most people, he has proposed initiatives to encourage and support private pension saving. This could include expanding automatic enrollment in workplace pensions and providing better guidance and advice to help individuals make informed decisions about their retirement planning. The potential impact of these reforms on the UK economy as a whole is also a subject of debate. Proponents argue that increasing pensioner incomes could stimulate economic growth by boosting consumer spending. They also suggest that reducing pensioner poverty could lead to savings in other areas of public spending, such as healthcare and social services. Critics, however, warn that the increased public expenditure required to fund these pension reforms could lead to higher taxes or increased government borrowing, potentially hampering economic growth. They argue that resources might be better invested in areas such as education, infrastructure, or support for working-age individuals. As the debate over pension reform continues, it is clear that the issue will remain at the forefront of British politics for the foreseeable future. The outcome of this debate could have profound implications for the financial security and well-being of millions of British seniors and their families.